What's good, YouTube? Continuing to answer questions from the comment section. Somebody asked me, I want to know, can you tell the difference between a guy wanting to be chased and shy guys? So what's the difference between a shy guy versus a guy who wants to be chased? A lot of women get this confused and they start chasing guys because they think they're shy, right? They give them credit for being a little bit bashful and they just start doing all the work when really they're just being played, right? So, in essence, like a shy guy is really only a little bit shy in the beginning. Most of the time when a guy's really shy, he's shy upon introduction. He's shy not knowing or not realizing at what point he's been invited to you. He might miss the cue of being wanted, right, or being desired socially, right, or intellectually from you. A shy guy is going to have trouble with the introduction. But once a shy guy actually gets introduced, once the shy guy understands he's invited, he joins you. He normalizes his behavior a little bit, right? He gets more comfortable, right? So when I was a young shy guy, I started as a young shy guy. All I needed to know was that I was welcome and that my contact or that my correspondence or that my company was wanted. Once I knew I was wanted, right, or desired or welcomed, right, just welcomed, right, I wasn't bothering her, right? At that point, you didn't have to worry about me not taking the initiative. I just needed to know that I was welcome to her energy, or welcome to make an approach, or welcome to call, or welcome to pop up, or whatever the barrier was in my mind, right? Welcome to speak to her, welcome to get my morning hug, right? Welcome to do whatever. A shy guy is going to wait for that permission or wait for that cue that you've chosen him just like he's chosen you, because he doesn't want to be met with rejection, right? When the guy wants to be chased, a lot of times you'll get very smooth, very charismatic, very debonair behavior from a guy. He's completely confident in the way that he introduces himself, but then he backs up, right? So he makes the introduction. The introduction is smooth as butter, right? But then all of a sudden, you know, you're doing the work. You're trying to figure out if he's going to call you or text you, or, you know, he's not really hitting you back. That's not him being shy. That's him wanting to be chased, right? So he's not struggling with knowing if he's wanted or desired or even welcomed. He understands that. You've made it clear. You might have already went on a date. You've already had a few conversations on the phone. You've already laughed a little bit together. You've already, talked to each other in person. You've already gotten past the initial flirting stages. And all of a sudden, he's hard to get hold of. Let me shut this computer. All of a sudden, he's hard to get hold of, or all of a sudden, you're the one making all of the attempts to get hold of him instead of it being at least mutual, right? He's not being shy. He wants you to do the work. He wants to have the leverage. He's playing power games and he's looking to be chased, right? Some guys do this naturally. It's not strategic, but they require people to chase them, right? Just socially, even with their families, they have to really receive the energy before they give energy, if they give energy at all. Some men naturally, some human beings, when men and women want to be chased in their relationships. And, you know, that's just how people are. Other men are players and they understand that this is very powerful as a technique to make sure that women like you more than you like them. But this video isn't signs that a man wants to be chased, but that's the difference between a shy guy and a guy wanting to be chased. As a shy guy or as a former shy guy, I was shy for a moment in time, right? I adjust. But when I was very young and I started out, I was very shy. Having that first conversation, getting the phone number was hard. Having the first conversation was hard. Asking for that first date was hard. But once I had that first conversation, first date, got my first unasked for, unrequested hug, right? Once I started to receive the enthusiasm of a woman, right, to either talk or speak or touch or whatever, I was no longer shy. I knew I had permission. From that point, I felt desired and I would give more of my energy because it didn't feel like a shot in the dark. It felt like I had a chance. It felt like I was welcomed. So that's the difference. Anytime you've already had the first date, already talked on the phone for hours, maybe one call, 2 calls, 3 calls. You've had a few conversations with this person. You've had a few dates. You've had a few interactions where you were completely welcomed and this person gave you as much as you gave them and they were enthusiastically open to you. Then you didn't have a reason to be shy as a shy guy anymore. And for the most part, it's the same way. People are only shy until they feel welcome, until they feel like they fit in, right? Or until they feel accepted. So all you're doing is showing a shy guy acceptance. You're not necessarily kissing his ass and chasing him and doing all the work for him, right? So for instance, the new guy at your job that maybe blushes but doesn't approach, right? When you start to have that first conversation with him, maybe on lunch break, and you kind of warm up to each other, and maybe at that point he needs to see that you're open to him socially or energetically. At that point, now you can start having conversations with him. Now when you say hi, he says hi too, and now he's talking a little bit more. He's warming up to you. Shy people are shy on the warm up, but they're not shy on the maintenance of the relationship. Right? Only people who are shy or slow on the maintenance of a relationship are people who really want to be chased, or people who require just naturally in their personalities other people to do more of the work than they might naturally do. And that happens in family dynamics too. So we all have family members that you kind of have to push into everything. You have to call them, check on them, ask them, invite them, and they're really kind of standoffish. That's different. So that's the difference between a shy guy and a guy who wants to be chased, is the effort that they put in once the introduction has been made, once the first date has happened, once the first one or two phone calls have happened, once you've verbatim told a guy, hey, I'd like to talk to you on the phone, maybe you should call me, or giving him a permission, hey, call me later, I'd like to talk, let's finish this later. Like, once you've given that introduction and you've invited him to be more active or more intentional or aggressive, usually a shy guy is open to that. He's been looking for that invitation because he's been holding back, and now he's going full steam ahead. Even as a shy guy, now he knows he's welcome. Guys who want to be chased ain't never necessarily taking that initiative because they want you to do the work so that you're more leveraged than they are. So I hope this helps. That's the difference between shy guys and guys who are, wanting to be chased. Also, if you are interested, great men don't need credit from anyone for doing the right thing. That's the t-shirt of the day. If you're interested in that, go to the Fatherhood Village t-shirt store. It might be the Parenthood Village now. We're between stores right now. We're doing some stuff, but the link is down below if you're interested in that t-shirt or any other parenthood apparel. Follow me at kevhick24 on Instagram. I'll get with y'all later.